Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am of course Gazi, and yeah, I thought I should make another video. If you see the same outfit, I thought I should make another video about my housemate from hell. Okay, he wasn't like, he was okay, but like, okay, let me just start the story time without even explaining Uba. But you know, housemate from hell, he wasn't that bad, but he was bad. So last year I lived in, I don't know whether I should say the res or not, but it's the one that's isolated, and it's like, even I really liked it because we like were the first block, and our block was really small, but it had like small blocks, and we had like 4 rooms, I think. Yes, it's 4 rooms, and then you share a kitchen and a bathroom. So that's the setup. You share the kitchen and the bathroom. But in the previous residences, they separate the girls' bathrooms from the guys' bathrooms. So this was interesting because we shared the same bathroom, whether you're a girl, whether you're a male or female, whatever. We share the same bathroom. It's not separated because it's just the 4 of us. So I arrived first, right? I was the first to arrive. I remember because a lot of people arrived late because of COVID, and you had to be vaccinated and all of that stuff. So you had to be vaccinated in order to be back on campus and blah 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 blah. So I arrived first, and I think I was the only one for the longest time. And then my housemate came. Like, I kept on hearing his voice all the time. Like, it was, I just kept on hearing his voice most of the time without seeing him. So at this like resident, they didn't have any stoves in the kitchen. Usually they do have a stove in the kitchen, so there wasn't any stove. You had to buy your own stove. So I didn't have a stove because all the residences I've lived in before had a stove, and I didn't even think of buying a stove prior to that. And he had a stove, so he put it there, but not for he arrived, right? And we never introduced ourselves to each other or anything. It was just like me hearing him when he's outside, and him hearing me when I'm inside my room. So this other time he left his stove. He left his stove. Before he left it in the kitchen, he would do that. And I knocked on his door wanting to ask, can I please use your stove? But he wasn't there. So I was just like, you know what, let me just use his stove, and then when he gets back, I'm gonna tell him. But okay, listen, I used your stove, I tried knocking on your door, but there was no response, so I assumed you weren't there, so I used your stove. So ke nyhani ndisebenzisa isitovu sakhe, hayi ke abuye later mina ndiqonqoza, I think abuye ndisebenzisa ndipheka, and then ndinqonqoze erobini yakhe, and then he answers, oh my god. Like, I didn't expect someone a good look. You know, sometimes you make up a picture of someone. His voice, he had a really nice voice, but I didn't picture him in my head that he would be like good looking. So I just like, I was taken aback. He wasn't that good looking, but it was just, you know, I was taken aback. So I was just like, I greeted and spoke to him, but the Bambilisha goes in out, like, I don't know, I was nervous. I don't know, guys. So I was like, no, it's okay. And then fine, in I think a few days pass or whatever, and then my former roommate invites me, and I go chill with her friends. I go chill with her and her friends, and we drink. So we had to fetch something in my room. We go to my room, right? And then it smells like, yes, I'm going to my showering. So it smells like shower, and that's my shower, I don't know what you're doing there, but it smells good. So my former roommate's friend is like, yo, kuno kamandi apa. I'm like, yeah, it's probably this guy. And like, yo, kuno kamandi. So we speak and we laugh, you know, and I think I talk about him. I'm like, he's cute and all of that. And then we go knock on his door. My former roommate's like, let's go knock. I don't know if I was the one that suggested the idea, but she was like, let's go knock. We go knock on his door. When we knock, nobody answers, right? And then when we go out, I think we go out at the same time. He goes out, and then we also go out. So because right, I don't know what I said to him, but he turned his back and he was like, I don't know what he said, but the look he had on his face was like, it was like, I don't think I should have done that. if I was sober, I wouldn't have done that. So, and my roommate was like, oh, he's so rude, you know. And it was like, oh, he's so rude. Like, I was just like, my heart just sank. I wouldn't say I was disappointed or anything, but like in my sober mind, I was like, I totally understand. Why would Dimpapel, you know, like so I totally understand. Okay, fine, everything for I was just embarrassed. I didn't want to see him anymore. I didn't want to bump into him anymore. I was just so embarrassed. Sober me was just so embarrassed. Like I was just like, Sia, why would you do that? So every time I tried to avoid him, like every time maybe the door opens, I'd just literally try to avoid him. And then another girl came, because there's 4 rooms, remember. Another girl came. She was nice, she was very friendly and all of that. Sasnokola, even knew her name. The guy, I didn't even know the guy's name, mind you. I only heard his name when his friends would come over and maybe call his name. That's how I got to know his name. So Kenyani, and then he comes to my door. Oh, before the girl comes, he comes and knocks at my door, and he's like, do you smoke? He greets me and he's like, do you smoke? I'm like, no, I don't smoke. And in my head, I'm like, why would he? And it's like, oh, I thought you smoked because I smelled something funny in the bathroom or something along those lines. And I was just so surprised, but like, why would he ask me such a question? And why, even if I did smoke, I wouldn't like smoke in the bathroom. I'd literally just go outside, because like you just get in. It's a small block, so it's not even far to go to the exit. You just walk out and you can smoke outside. Anyway, that passes. Like, I don't know what was his problem with me. I don't know if he had a problem with me, but it was just all the time I tried to avoid him, but he would greet him. You know, sometimes he would greet. I remember this other time I was locked out, so it wasn't that bad. I was locked outside of my room, so I went to go shower and then I closed the door. I think race was about to close. Went to go shower, closed the door, and then when I got back, how my student card is not opening anymore. So I had to wait and ask someone to help me. I asked other girls to help me. And then he came while I was standing by my door, and he greeted me. I was like, locked out, and I was like, yeah. And I don't know what he said after that, or he never said anything. But I was like, oh, that's sweet. Why is he even asking? Well, he can see, but he had his days where he was like, I'm just like, oh, he's sweet. But he had his days, it was just like housemate from hell, you know. I didn't expect to be friends with the guy, but just be a decent human being, just be civil. Yeah, let's be civil towards each other. Or maybe it's because I used his stove all the time, because men so called like guys, and I need funny thing and I mix. So every time I borrow a stove from Zinzi, but his stove was always available, always there in the kitchen. So I was just like, might as well use it. But I guess he mind. I guess I didn't mind me using it. I don't know. Because I'd cook food and choosy papa. It was a mess. Last year was a total mess. But yeah, no, he wasn't bad. You know, and also towards the end, like towards the end of the year, it was just crazy. Because I remember there was this other guy. I met this other guy. Because so I was standing waiting for food. And then that's how I met him. And then we started chatting and started like taking walks. So this other time we were taking a walk and he was like, I want to go to the barn. And I was like, okay, sure. I can accompany you, but I'll stand outside because the barn is usually like full. So, and I was just like, I'll stand outside. And he was like, no, let's go inside. So every time maybe he goes to the barn, I'd go with him and then he'd buy a Gatsby and then go. So this other time, it was really full. I think month end, so towards month end or month end, it was full. And guess who I see? My housemate. What does he do? Oh, I think I see him in the queue. Or he came and then I looked away, like, because he came I just looked away. I didn't want to make eye contact. I didn't want to do anything. I just looked away. I think I was also making things weird or making things awkward by just being weird. And then when he looked away, I think I could feel him looking away. And then I looked at him. And then he never looked back. But I looked at him and then I looked away. And then also this other time, like when I came back from the bathroom, like I was coming out of the bathroom and he was coming out of his room. And it was just like, oh my God. Like the freezer for a moment. It was really awkward, and it was really, I don't know, the situation was just hectic, and it was just like, can this year end already? And the day I left, we left on the same day. Like, so in the morning I woke up and stored my things and did everything, and then I packed my stuff, and then I would do it. While doing all of this, I saw him, right, and greeted him and whatnot. And then I went outside to wait to request an Uber or whatever, Taxify, to go to the bus station. So while I was waiting, also the security guard was like, no, there's this other guy, he's also going to the bus station, so you guys can go together. And then I was like, oh great, we can even split the fare for the Taxify, like we can split the fare. Yo, sana, engasemhle housemate from hell, engasemhle. Like, yo, yeah, I was just like, wow. And we never even said bye to each other. That's how bad it was. We never even said bye to each other. He walked out. I was still sitting outside. He walked out, but then he walked out, came back, and then walked out with the suitcase. Yeah, oh, wow. And I said, I'm like, okay, I pretended not to be looking. Obviously, I pretended to be on my phone. But then Dumpty glimpse. Yeah, I was like, Asham, he's really hot. And the girls that he came with, like his girlfriends. Okay, I don't know if all of them were his girlfriends. Like maybe I was just like, maybe I had a tiny crush on him, but no. I was like, I'm not his type. But it was a silly crush, man, because he was just good looking and stuff. I think it was just a silly crush. But anyway, he never, yeah, I don't know what was up with that guy. I don't know. Or maybe the problem was me. Maybe the problem was me. But anyway, that's the end of my story time. I'm not sure whether I'll post this or not. I'm gonna like, or maybe, yeah, maybe I should, or maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. And I think I'll be shooting more often on this side. Like, I keep changing sides. I don't know. I think this will be my permanent side. Permanent side. The word side sounds so ridiculous, but anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And also don't forget to check out my interview outfit video. And yeah, bye.